right, welcome to Barre. My name is Jenny, and we're going to get going. Today we're going to start on the ground. It's been a while since we started on the ground, so that's what we're going to do today. And then we'll get up and be at the bar. So go ahead and find your way down onto your mat. Play your own music if you'd like. Go ahead and do whatever you got to do to get that going. Ooh, and then all the way down onto your back. Good. Definitely need to do a little extra before we get here. All right. Feet a little bit out further from your hips than usual. So go ahead and walk those feet a little bit longer. Flex your toes, just your heels are on the ground. Hands behind your head, crunches. Here we go. Up and down, up and down. So why are we going so slow or a little bit slower tempo is I really want you to try to work to get your shoulder blades off the ground. Think about sending your chin up towards the sky without really like jutting your neck out, but it does help some people to think, look up instead of at your knees. Definitely get your shoulder blades off the ground. Elbows are wide, that's just a good indication if you're actually using your abs or if you're using your hands to get your crunch. Secret, not so secret, you want to use your abs, right? Good. Keep going. Really try each time, even though they're a little bit slower, you can go faster if you'd like, or really try to get those shoulder blades off the ground. Be intentional, have some quality crunches here every single time. Good. Good, alrighty. And then bring your feet up. Soles of your feet together, knees go wide. Excellent, and crunch. Good, all right, let your hands go. So soles of your feet are still together, knees are wide. Just begin to lift your heels up off the ground. So just your toes are on, yes? Good, hands can be wherever you'd like for now. And just begin to lift that whole bottom unit up. So think about lifting your ankles or your heels towards the ceiling. Good, just getting in some of those stability muscles here. Just getting warmed up, right? We'll get a little crazy here in a moment, but let's warm up. Good, all right, and then hands behind your head, add it in. Knees up and elbows lift, yeah? So kind of like that really wide C crunch. Good, just really working through your inner thighs here at the same time. And your abs. Good, you got it, keep going. Good, 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Good, woo, let it go. You can bring your knees back up. Excellent. Walk those feet in close to your bum. Hands down by your side, tuck your chin to your chest, and bridges. Here we go. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Good. Dun, dun, dun. Good, Good, and leave your hips up and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, this time whenever you go up, you're gonna tap those knees at the top. Here we go, up, tap, and down. Up, tap, and down. Up, tap, and down. Up, tap, and down. Keep going. Up, tap, up, tap, up, tap. All right, leave it up, taps at the top. Here we go. Tap, 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 tap. Good, let it go. Woo, your chest. Excellent. And then just take your knees out so that they're over your hips. Finding almost like this tabletop position. Hands come back behind your head. Curl your chin to your chest. Tap down. So keep the same shape of your leg and just move your whole unit, your whole leg unit there. One at a time for now. Good. Now, if you want, if it's easier to think about, you can place your hands right here so that your knees don't go any further than your hands. Ooh, words today. But if it really creeps up into your neck, you can always put your hands back behind your head, or you can lay down, but you do get a little better ab engagement with your chin to your chest. Good, both at the same time, down and up, down and up. So not going past that perpendicular angle or your right angle. Good. Point your toes. Combo, here we go. So to begin with, let's level up before we combo, because I think that was a little easy. I don't know about you, but if it wasn't easy, obviously stay where you're at. So we work here with your shins parallel to the ground. Then if you extend your legs a little bit more at that angle, you have to go further to keep that shape and find the ground, right? So right, the full level would be like the straight up and down. Good, here we go. Tap and down, tap and down. Good, both tap and lift, tap and lift. Let's do a few of these before we add on. So find your level, right? So if this is a little too hard for you, you can go back to the parallel, or you can go back to like maybe an in-between level. Good. Awesome, adding on, here we go. So you're gonna do one tap down, knee falls open, other knee falls open. Good, do another one of those, and one. So you have two sets of those knees falling open, and then two taps. Good, first knee, second knee. First knee, second knee, two taps, here we go. Tap and tap, good. Knee and knee. Good. Knee and knee. Two taps. Here we go. Tap and up. Tap and up. Drop a knee and knee. Good. Knee and knee. Two taps. Here we go. Tap and tap. Good. One knee drop. So we're doing two taps in case you want to switch back to your single leg tap, right? So you can do both at the same time twice, or you can do one of each. Good, side and side, side and side. Two taps, here we go. Tap and up, tap, take a side, out and out, to the side, out and up. Two taps, here we go. To the side, out and out, out and out. Good. Woo! Shake it out, just do whatever you need to do. Maybe windshield wiper those knees side to side. So a lot of our internal obliques we just worked, so they may not feel as hard, but that's because they're nice and deep and a little bit of a smaller muscle group, right? So it doesn't create as much heat, but it's still something we want to work on for sure. All right, hands behind your head. We're going to work on those big obliques now, though. Knees are up, coming across your body. Nice bicycles here. Again, I like to go a little slower so I can work to get my shoulder off the ground, work to get my elbow to actually find my knee, and try not to let my knees go past that 45 or that 90-degree angle. Which doesn't always happen, but it's my goal, right? And it's easier to do when I go slow. I have to be more intentional about it. Also, how much harder is it to do a slow sit-up than a really fast one? It's actually harder, right? That's one thing we learn in bars. Fast is not always the answer to better or harder. Good, you should be warmed up. Let that go. Woo! Hopefully you're warmed up. Alrighty. So we have baby leg lifts here, and we have different forms of scissors and stuff. So hands, easiest option or level 1 is hands are under your butt. Level 2, hands are by your side. Level 3, hands are behind your head. So wherever you're at, either today or in general, curl your chin to your chest and little baby leg lifts right here. Just about 6 inches to a foot off the ground. Up and down. And you could slow these down and make it harder potentially. Or just find a nice comfortable pace, maybe one that matches the music, your music. Find your breath. Good, let it go. Whew. All right, so we'll do crossovers. So we'll do little beats first, and then the second round we'll do wide beats, crossing over, yeah? Great. Find wherever you're gonna be, and little crossovers. Chin to chest, breathe. If your neck gets tired, you can always lay your head down on the ground. And let it go. Take a nice big deep breath. All right, really wide beats. So let those legs go really wide, working into the sides of our legs as well as our abs this time. Chin to chest, and legs are wide as they come. You can meet in the middle, or you can do that under, over, up to you. Good, find your breath. The things you can't do standing, right? Woo! And let it go. All right, so we have flutters, just up and down. Tapered, I guess, however you want to think about it. I like fluttered. Seems like a good word. All right, chin to chest, point your toes, and up and down. Here we go. Good, let it go. Woo! Alrighty, so the ones close to the ground are actually pretty hard. The ones in the mid-level, we often think of as maybe not as hard, but we're gonna make them harder. So just know if you need to, the easier option on this one is you just go, so we're gonna be at this level right here, legs are out long. Easier option is you're doing right here, or you go back to what we just did. So that middle diagonal is actually gonna be our hard option today. You'll find out very soon why. So take your legs to that mid-level, drop, and up. So just that simple up and down that we had earlier, you're just taking your legs at a different angle. So if you think it's easier, bring your hands out from underneath your butt, maybe
You just have your thumbs under there or wherever you were at for that last set. Just make sure that your low back stays glued to the ground. Good, let it go. Woo. Take some deep breaths. We definitely have some deep breaths. So we have our under over, just at that diagonal this time. So the little beats, yeah? Chin to chest, take it up at that angle, little beats, here we go. Again, if it's easy, maybe put your hands behind your head, maybe just leave them on your belly, hands to the side, you know, find that level up for you as far as where your hands are helping you. And let it go. Does that make sense? So this diagonal is a little easier, so try not to use your hands as much. It's worth a shot, right? All right, so we have those large beats in and out, really working into our thighs this time especially. So chin to chest, take them up at that angle, nice and wide. Good, remember you can meet in the middle or continue with that under over situation. What are you doing with your hands? Do you need them where you have them? Can you make it harder on yourself? If you can't, that's okay. Just be mindful of it, right? A few more, you got this. And let it go. Woo! All right, so what do we have left? We have those little flutters, yeah? Have that nice long diagonal. Walking off my mat here. All right. Nice long diagonal. Just little flutters. Here we go. Maybe your palms can face the ceiling. You don't even need your hands. You never know, right? Maybe you need them. Find out. One way to find out, right? And let it go. Maybe place your feet flat on the ground. Again, windshield wiper those knees side to side. Excellent. Oh. Awesome. So we did the low, we did the medium. We're going to go full and just work into some of our Pilates moves that we know so well. So both legs are up. Drop one, pull it towards you, and switch. Good giant flutters, right? Chin to chest, belly button towards your spine. Good. Nice. Both legs up, let your head rest. You can let your legs rest too, but just like to keep the intensity going, right? All right, hands behind your head, here we go. So you're gonna drop one leg, reach across, drop the other leg, reach across. So just karate chopping. So my hands are just really coming back to my head as like a point of reference here. But you go over the leg that's still in the air. Nice. Almost out of our ab series here. You got this. Good, one more. Or two more, depending on whatever makes you even, and let it go. Woo! All right, rolling over onto your side here. All righty. Again, just gonna work through some of our legs here. We did a nice lot of abs. It should be really toasty right there. All righty. And legs are out straight. Go up and down. Let's just work through those legs. Good. Taking advantage of our being on the ground here. Good, definitely breathe. And on the next one, catch it.
Good, breathe. You got this. Make it a stretch. This is definitely a stretch. So if you're just hanging out, pull it closer to you. Try to have a straight knee, point your toes. Good, bend both knees, or you can just bend the top one, it's up to you. I just like to have a frame of reference here. Alrighty, so go ahead and keep your knees together and then take your ankles apart, yeah? So up and over, good. Tapping your toes together, tapping your knees together, pretending there's like a beach ball or something right here in between that you have to get over the top of. Good. Just tapping one, arching up and over, tapping the other. Great way to get into your butt and your hips without doing squats. Amen. When people ask me, like, how do I work on my butt? And then they just like dejected. They're like, squats. I'm like, well, yeah, but there's other ways to do it too. Good. And let that motion go. Do whatever you need to shake it out. And then bring your knees back together, having bent knees. Take both your ankles off the ground. Yes. Meat slicer. I'm sure there's a better word for this, but if you've ever worked in food industry, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So your knee is going to touch down right on the ground, and it's going to follow that trajectory of your other leg as it goes back, yeah? So use that bottom leg as like a guide as to where your top leg goes. Good. Ooh, this gets rough. This gets rough pretty fast, at least for me. Woo! At least today, right? Some days, them things are like so easy, and some days, some things are like, it shouldn't be this hard, right? Good, leave it out. Ooh, hold. Good, let it go. Woo! Do whatever you need to. Be nice to that leg. Oh, I don't even know. So achy. Oh! Alrighty, here we go. Go ahead and sit on up. Turn yourself to the other side. Oh, we were gonna do planks on that side. Little did you know. It's okay, we can go back, right? All right, so for now you're on your other side though. Legs are nice and straight, up and down. Here we go. I like starting with this floor bar. Makes us not neglect our abs, which we definitely need to do more of. Good, nice straight leg, up and down. On the next one, catch it. Good, breathe. Remember, if you're just hanging out, pull it closer to you. If you're like, this is plenty hard, then hang out there. As long as it's challenging for you. Straight leg, point your toe. You can grab anywhere along that leg that you have a handhold. Good, breathe. Awesome, let that leg go. Bending both knees. Good, alrighty, and then take your ankle up off. Here we go, so tapping your toes, tapping your knee. Tap your toe, tap your knee. Arching up and over each time, so really trying to get that knee up, get that ankle up. Do you see the difference? So some people like to go a little bit behind their foot and a little bit in front of their knee. If you want to be extra, you can do that, but if you like the frame of reference, You can tap knee to toes, knee to knee, toes to toes. Good. Good. Nice, and take a break. Do whatever you gotta do. Be nice to it. All right, stack your knees together, bend your knees, and then both feet are up. All right, here we go. Straight back at your little angle. Remember, using that bottom leg as a guide. So you're trying to go like a little bit back at a diagonal here. And trying to get that leg up, yeah? Good. Oh, it's creeping in nice and fast. Woo! I know I need to do more of these because I went for a hike this weekend. And let me tell you what was sore right here, which tells me I gotta build that muscle, which is also probably why it's really sore right now. Good, and freeze it out. And let it go. Woo! Oh, does make me lose my mind. All right, so go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and kind of do our planks on this side, and then we'll switch and do our planks on the other side. So option for your planks, you can have your legs straight, maybe lift up, maybe you just have your hand on the ground here. Okay, other option is that your top foot is on the ground, bend this bottom knee, and you can use that bottom knee. Okay, so options, right? Find one that's challenging for you, but also that works. The hand can be on your hips or up. Nice, little hip dips. Here we go. Down and up, down and up. Just little hip taps. Once you feel that ground, come back up. Good, one more. Excellent, woo. Come on up, stretch over. Oh, excellent. And let's just go to the other side so we don't forget it. Alrighty, so coming into a plank on the other side. Again, find what works for you. Find your stability. Definitely breathe. Maybe float that hand up if it's not already. Hip dips, down and up, down and up. Now these hip dips are optional, right? If you want to just hold plank and that's plenty for you, you can stay there. Good, 2 more. Good, let it go. Bend your knees. Come on up, stretch over. Good. While we're on the ground, go ahead and roll over onto your hands and knees. We're just gonna progressively make our way up. Good. Take one leg behind you, flex your foot or point your toe. Little pulses right here. Belly button into your spine. Good. Alrighty, and then take it out at that little diagonal. Same thing, pulses. Here we go. Belly button to your spine. You got this. Good. Take it a little bit further out. And ankle should face the ceiling now. Pulses. Good. See if you can take it in line with your hip. If it's a little too hard, you can always bend your knee here. And pulses. Replace that knee next to the other one, take the other one back. Pulses, here we go. Flex or point your foot, heel to the sky. Belly button in. Good, take it out to a diagonal, heels still up, and pulses. You got this. All right, further up. Ankle's gonna face the sky this time, and pulses. Good, all the way out to the side. Again, you can bend your knee if you need to. Pulses. Nice straight leg pulses. Or bent knee pulses. Woo! Replace that knee next to your other one. Take the first one back. Good. To your elbow and back. Elbow and back. Good. If you really need to up your game, you can do this from a plank, right? Or you can be on your knee. Your prerogative. Maybe get it all the way through to your arm though if it's available to you today. Good. Fire hydrant, here we go. Out and in. Out and in. Remember, belly button to your spine. Don't let your belly hang down. Protect your back. Use your abs, use your back. Good. All right, change. Here we go. So knee is going to be bent. You're going to kick it back at that diagonal. So bend it in, kick it back. If you really want to, you can try to cross underneath towards your opposite elbow, or you can close back to your knee, your same knee. Good. Up to you. Good, let it go. Other leg, back and in, back. So 2 options, right? You can knee at your knee, or you can go all the way through to that elbow. If it's like really creeping up in your hands, you can be on your fists here. Or if you have weights handy, sometimes that's really nice. Or to not creep up into your hands, you just hang onto your weights. Just make sure they're the like hexagon ones so they don't roll on you, right? Oh yeah, that would suck, right? You're like, oh wait. All right, fire hydrants, knee open to the side. Try to get your knee and your ankle up. Not let one or the other drag down. Ooh, getting toasty. All right, back at that angle. So knees meet together, extend back to an angle. Remember, you can also go across to your opposite elbow. Still option to be on a plank doing these, but notice I am not, at least not today. It's definitely like a every now and then challenge yourself, but maybe not every time thing for me, to be in a plank and do this. Okay, one more. Excellent. Take your knees wide, toes together, sit it back, child's pose. Find your breath, stretch here. Good, come on up. Let your hips sink down. You find your belly. This is like the most uncoordinated way to get down here. Anyways, roll your shoulders back, find cobra. Just stretching out your abs here. If you need to, you can take your hands a little bit further in front of you. Good, breathe. Good, excellent. We're gonna do some back work here and then we'll be up, yeah? Yeah, I just said that a while ago, I know. So bring your hands out in front of you. You're gonna lift opposite hand, opposite leg. So my right arm goes up, my left leg goes up. Good. Just alternating for now. Good. And same ones this time. So both right side, left side. Right side, left side. Notice which is easier for you. Is it easier to lift your arm and your chest, or is it easier for you to lift your leg? Just take note of it and then make sure that you're trying, really trying on the one that's harder. So if it's harder to lift your leg, maybe put more effort into doing that. Good, one more. Good, relax, and we're gonna go both at the same time. So if you need to, you stick with alternating. Otherwise, both at the same time. Ready? Here we go. Up and down, up and down, up and down. And if your low back really hates you, you can always leave your legs on the ground. Same thing, if your upper back is not your best friend right now, you can leave your arms on the ground and just lift your legs. Find what works for you, but what challenges you. One more. Good. Woo. Awesome. Press it back. One more child's pose. And then make your way on up. Once you get up there, maybe find a drink of water. Refind your equilibrium. Alrighty. We good? All right, here we go. Roll your shoulders back. I'm like, oh, to be off. So much like space up here. Alrighty, feet are nice and wide. Take them even wider, like uncomfortably wide. Not where you're just gonna keep doing the splits, but you're getting pretty close, right? Awesome. So we're gonna sweep down and up, down and up. So a little bit of a different arm motion than we're used to. Sweep towards your leg, open up. Sweep towards your leg, open up. Yeah, so just one knee bending. Good. Nice. Just some simple weight bearing. Some motion that's really nice after we've been on our arms and on our hands for a while. And after working our back, kind of working through those cobwebs in our joints. Good, nice. Take some deep breaths. This should just feel good. Yeah, for the most part. We'll come back to this and you'll really appreciate it when we do. Good, alrighty. So chair can be nearby or your ledge can be nearby, maybe a little out in front of you. Option to use it or not use it at all for this guy. Good. So finding your, it's like a warrior 3 here. Yeah. So traditionally you don't have a chair in yoga, right? Most of the time. Good, so find your balance. Arms reach out overhead, finding that airplane. Again, see my chair's right here and I'm just using it whenever I need to. Then my elbows and my knee are gonna come in and I'm gonna extend out long. So I'm trying to be parallel to the ground. If you need to be a little up further, you can still make those nice long lines, just at more of an angle, right? See how I'm, and maybe you need to still tap your toe down right here. Otherwise, work on your balance, work on your stability, eventually working to get yourself parallel to the ground. Good, occasionally my forearms rest on that chair because I just need a little extra support but I'm trying not to use it, right? But it's there. It's there to aid us. Not be a crutch, just an aid. Good, one more. Nice. Ooh, yeah. Got another side. We're gonna do those sweeps later, and you're like, whoo, so nice. I decided I deduced we don't do enough balance these days. I don't know what happened along the way, but making up for it now. All right, here we go. So, leg is behind you. Remember, options. Toe on the ground, hands are up. You'll just bring that knee up, yes? And you'll just tap that toe. So remember, don't jab your toe to the ground. It's just there because your balance may not be there today or just right now in your fitness journey, okay? But eventually, you'll be more of an angle doing these, and eventually maybe you'll be flat. So find the one that works for you. Here we go. In and back, in and back, in and out. Good, if you need to slow it down because you found your balance, you just can't go that fast and keep your balance, oh, slow it down. Remember, your ledge is potentially right there if you need it, so maybe make it a little challenging knowing that you have that little bit of support if you need to use it. But it's all up to you. Find the one that's challenging for you. And if your legs burn in, mine too. That's standing one, right? Make sure you're breathing. You're not concentrating so hard you're not breathing, right? Good, one more. Oh, lands. Oh, my lands. Isn't that what they say? That's what my grandma used to say. Alrighty. Heels in, toes out. Let's do some of those sweeps I talked about. So, sweeping down and opening up. Sweep down, open up. Good, find your breath. So what are we getting out of doing this besides just really working through our joints, especially if you just engaged a lot of muscles to do that? So we're just releasing those muscles. It's like you build up cortisol in your body to be able to do the hard things, but you got to release the cortisol in your body. Otherwise it gets kind of damaging. So finding that balance, right, between relaxing and going hard, release and building strength, both are important, but you got to do both, right? So if you're like, well, I am not going to be sore from doing these arm sweeps, that's fine. That's not what it's for. It's to help you breathe and find some of that peace in your body and in your mind, so we really get the effects we want, just to walk out of here feeling better and not more stressed out, right? You may not walk out of Barre feeling stressed, but your body might. So this is why we're sending it a different message, just doing these. Good, let it go. See, you're like, oh, it just feels different, right? If you don't feel it yet, that's okay. Just trust me, your body knows what we just did. Even if your brain's like, oh, I don't know. All right, so heels in, toes out. We're just gonna do a few series of calf raises to work on our calves. So again, no chair needed if you don't want it. You can be up and down. Begin. I like to just use my arms. Yes. But you can always have your hands on the bar. Nice and tall. Just whack me. The chair reached out and whacked me. Good. And you know it's coming. Eventually, you get to hold your releve, whether you're holding on or not. Really work through those feet. Also strengthening our feet as well as our calves. So don't just barely lift your heels off the ground. Lift as intensely as you can off the ground. Good. All right, here we are, releve. Stay up if you can. Breathe. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Shoulders down. Yeah. Still high on those toes. Yeah. Woo! Let it go. Excellent. Regular calf raises. So what does that mean? Non-stop releve. Feet are dead on. Yes. So if you tend to turn out, now's the time. Work them this way. Straight as you can. Roll the shoulders back. Here we go. Up and down. Up and down. If you want to do full arms, you can, or if you want just a little bit of a change up, you can find almost like a second position or a T shape. Good. I like this T shape because I lift from my wrists and it helps me remember to keep my shoulders down. So instead of thinking of lifting your arms up, right? Can you just think of lifting your wrists up and you're like, ah, lighter already. Good. Awesome. Stay up this time. Breathe, breathe, breathe. You got it. You got it. You got it. Woo, let it go. Shake it out. Do what you got to do. Excellent. All right, feet are nice and wide. We're going to just come into a plie, squat and stay there. So remember, always an option with whenever we hold these, you can just stand upright. Challenge yourself though. Good. All right, so feeling pretty good in our legs here. Take your arms out in front of you. Just going to work through our shoulders some more. Here we go. Pull back and back, back. Belly button in towards your spine. You'll also get into your abs and your back doing these. Like you have an arrow or something, you're just pulling back. Good. Super low impact day, my fave. Doesn't mean it's not gonna have an impact on you. It's just that your knees won't be talking to you later, right? Belly button towards your spine. Really trying to pull that chest open each time. Good, you got this. Almost there. Good, and let that go. Excellent. So I could turn to my back to you to really just show you what you're doing as far as your back strength goes, but I'm gonna talk to you. So over here. Again, if you want a little extra, bend your knees, find that nice plie squat. Arms reach up, make fists with your hands, just little micro movements here, up and down, up and down. So trying to engage your back. Good. So I'll turn to the side just so you can see kind of like where my arms are. So they're pretty in line with my shoulders. So they're not in line with my chest. They're not forward. They're not like way back here. I'm not sticking my belly out. They're pretty in line, but a little bit back is probably what you need to mentally tell yourself to actually get them there because we spend so much time like this. So just tell yourself that you're going to pull them a little bit further back than maybe is comfortable. Good. Again, be as low in that squat as you want, or you can be up here. Just little inch by inch movements though. It's funny how squeeze your fist when there's nothing in your hands. It's still good. All right, and then just pulse your entire arms back a little bit. Pulse, 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 pulse. Good, let it go. Yeah, you can have some great backs by this time. Alrighty, so speaking of back, we're still there. So feet are underneath your hips, maybe a little wider. Hands can be on your waist to start with. Good morning. So take it down halfway and back up. Isn't this how you greet your morning? That's what they call them, good mornings. So trying to keep your hips over your feet. So a tendency here is to send your hips back. It's just a way to counterbalance yourself, but we're trying to use our back here. So try to lean forward. It'll really feel like you're falling forward. Really put that weight into your toes. You should have to almost grip your toes on the ground to not fall over. Good, and if this is easy, Maybe take your hands out to the side. Good. And we, especially sometimes when we work our back, we want to be really mindful to move slower just so that we don't injure it. Yeah. Our back appreciates it when we move a little slower, when we're working it. Right? So it may not have been that heave-ho. Well, that's what I'm going to say. It's probably that heave-ho of picking up that box that got your back, not the fact that you weren't strong enough to lift it. It's that you decided to go at it pretty fast. Back has a good way of telling us when we go slow that like, oh yeah, you probably shouldn't lift that. So don't be afraid. Just do it right. And your back will let you know, yes, too heavy of a box, or no, you can do that. Just please don't do it with a lot of momentum. Yeah. Okay, so if you're like, this is still pretty easy, last layer, arms are up by your ears. Try not to stick your ribs out here. Good. Ooh, this gets super hard. If you want to make this even harder at the gym, just hang on to some 2-pound weights or 5-pound weights. Now you see how this could get real rough. Good. Try to not let those hips go back. It's harder than you think. My heels are coming off the ground a little bit. Find your breath. Remember, we did all that ab work and outer butt work in the beginning. Some of our bar classes are like all butt, I think, but this one we definitely are getting into our abs and our back. It's also giving you a little bit of bonus for those glutes. Excellent, let it go. Shake it out, do what you gotta do. Excellent. Alrighty, again, we're gonna work on our balance, just a really easy one. You know this one, hopefully. So we're gonna go forward, side, back. Yes. So tap your foot on the ground, go forward, side, back, close in. Forward, side, back, close in. Forward, back, close in. If you can, you're gonna take that leg a little higher. If you need to keep your toe on the ground, you can. Otherwise, see how high you can take that leg. Yes? Without getting wobbly. Ooh, if you get a little wobbly because you try to go higher than you can, that's fine. One way to find out, right? But maybe take it at a level where you can keep it in control. It's our theme for the day. Challenge, doable. It's our theme for life. Good, one more on this side. Nice. Those stability muscles today, yeah? Ooh, especially in those feet. Amen. Make sure you breathe when you do this. Here we go. Forward, side, back, together. Forward, side, back, together. If your foot's been on the ground this whole time, maybe you begin to hover it. The ground is always there if you need it, right? Maybe you go higher. You never know. That's what I love when I do yoga and you fall over. You're like, well, now I know. That's just for this moment. It's like, that's what that feels like. I can get there again. Good. Maybe go higher if you haven't tried it. You can do whatever you want with these arms to be fancy or to use them as balance. So whenever they kind of wobble side to side, that's your body like trying to find its balance again. So don't be afraid of it. Of course, if you want to make it harder, take those arms out. Yeah. But maybe that's what's helping you actually get that leg up higher. You can work on keeping them still after you figure out like how do you keep that leg higher. Good, let it go. Shake it out. Alrighty, just one more thing to work through our feet, and then we're gonna call it a day, yeah? So second position, releve, here we go, up and down, maybe some ankle pops in there. Good. It's almost like we're gonna do a little burnout here at the end. Good. Squat down, excuse me, squat down, heel lift, heels and heels, heels and heels. If you want, you can do both at the same time. Good, stand it up, shake it out. Take a big inhale, turn your toes to face the front, inhale. Exhale, reach over, fold, stretch out your legs. Good, heel toe your feet a little bit wider, bend into one knee. Stretching out the inside of your leg. And then bend into the other knee. Good, roll it back up. Step your feet together. Take one foot behind you. Stretch over. Nice side body stretch. We just stretch out your back. Now we're stretching out the side abs, which we use. All right, other side. Step behind you. Up and over. Good, come back up. Take those thumbs open, look up. And tuck it in. Good, side to side, just ragdoll out. Take a deep breath while you go. Good, step that foot behind you. Inhale, your arm reaches up. Exhale. Good job, you did it.